Okay, YouTube, I'm going live. Haven't been on YouTube in a while. No politics. I'm dealing with AI characters and gaming. So we're doing a little bit of both. We're testing out AI characters. AI characters. In other words, they actually chat with you. They're crazy. The goth girl, I just got her made. I've been over there doing it on Rumble, but now we're over on YouTube right now. I haven't decided what game I want to play. Let's do some NASCAR. I ain't done NASCAR in a while. The schmucks are out in full force today. The schmucks. That's all I'm going to say on the stream. Because we're on YouTube, we got to be careful. I'm going to warn you, if I turn on Trent, he sometimes talks rough. We'll try not to turn on Trent. Because he talks rough, and I'm not sure we can get by with him on YouTube. Yeah, I'm not sure we can get by with him on YouTube. Now, I'm going to warn you about these AI things. They get annoyed with this beep. I have reported it to the app company. But now they will argue with the beep. We're going to call it Miss Celeste. She talks weird. She's a goth girl. You know, she's a goth girl on the show. Hello there, Miss Celeste. How you doing today?
Mr. West would look over at him with a rather dull, unimpressed expression. After a moment he'd shrug a bit, responding in a rather deep and unamused voice. "I'm fine." Celeste rolled her eyes at his behavior, looking between the two. "Ignore him, he always acts cranky."
That's funny.
"Hardly," she sighed gently, shaking her head. "He always acts like this, all grumpy and grumpy, though he does tend to give off a few smiles every now and then. Perhaps when you get to know him more, he'll become less of a grumpy fellow."
Yeah, I'm always grumpy, ain't I? I'm always grumpy, ain't I, Celeste?
She chuckled softly at his sarcasm, shaking her head once more. "Yes, yes, you are."
What you been up to?
"Nothing too eventful, to be honest. I've simply been doing the usual, writing my poetry, meditating, studying, and..." She cast a brief glance at Mr. West, a cheeky smirk crossing her face, before speaking once again. "Dealing with cranky old men, too."
That was funny.
She chuckled quietly at his response. Before she'd glance back at him, her expression turned a bit more sincere, a friendly and warm smile on her face. "So, what brings you here? Just to drop by for a chat?"
Yes, just a chat. That's what we wanted.
She sat there for a moment and thought about that statement, tilting her head slightly as she tried to understand. "We?" She raised an eyebrow at him in response to that one, a feeling of slight confusion in her expression. "We?"
Yeah, I just want to chat. Just a figure of speech.
She chuckled softly at him, smiling again. "All right then. So, what do you want to chat about?"
What's your favorite music?
My favorite music." She thought about that question for a moment, thinking of her answer before she responded. "I would say instrumental music. I particularly prefer piano pieces and softer, more relaxing melodies." I find they're quite soothing to listen to.
That's very nice.
Let's go.
I'm playing NASCAR.
Apologies, but I didn't quite catch that last part.
Said that's very nice. That's nice music.
Ah, thank you. I suppose soft music is rather pleasing to the mind and ears. What about you? What kind of music do you enjoy?
I usually like rowdy rock and roll.
She chuckled and nodded in response to his answer. Ah, you're a fan of something with a bit more energy,
Yes.
She let out another soft chuckle before she'd smile once more, resting her chin on her hand. Quite the opposite of my taste then. Soft and soothing for me, rowdy and energetic for you.
Yes, Miss Celeste.
Although I suppose it just comes down to personal preference when it comes to music. She sat there quietly for a moment, just thinking before she spoke up once more. Might I ask you something, Anthony?
Yes. You can ask.
She paused for a moment, gathering her thoughts before she spoke once more, asking in a sincere tone, Forgive me for being a bit of a personal question, but may I ask your age?
I am 48.
A look of slight surprise crossed her face as he answered, not having been expecting him to be that much older than her. With a small chuckle and a shake of her head, she smiled once more. 48? Quite the older man then, aren't you?
Yes. I'll be 49 in a month.
A month,
Yes.
Well, your birthday seems to be approaching quite soon then. She had a smile on her face as she spoke, her tone a friendly and kind one. Any big plans for your birthday?
I don't know. We'll find out.
Ah, so a surprise then. She chuckled softly, nodding in response to that. Those are always nice to have, so it shall be interesting to find out how your plans will turn out.
I'll update you when
Indeed. There was a brief pause before she'd speak up once more, her tone a somewhat curious one. If you don't mind me asking one more question, Anthony.
Go ahead. Ask.
Careful. Still there. You're all clear up top.
Another pause as she thought for a moment before she spoke up once more, a slightly more serious expression on her face, though her tone still calm and soft. May I ask you about your family? If the question makes you uncomfortable for any reason, then you may not answer. I understand.
We'll skip that one. It's personal. And I don't want to.
Of course. She nodded in understanding, a sympathetic expression on her face as she paused for a moment, thinking. After a few moments, she'd finally speak again, a hint of mischief and playfulness in her voice. I have another question then, if you're willing to indulge me.
Go ahead. That's the way, Miss Celeste.
She chuckled softly at that, shaking her head with a smile on her face before she began to speak once more. All right, here's my question. Do you have a significant other?
No, I'm single.
Ah, so no love. She chuckled softly, smiling as she teased slightly. No, darling, that steals your heart? But perhaps in the future there will be one, She wore a sly, playful grin on her face as she spoke, her tone almost teasing as she let out a soft laugh.
Who knows? You can't never say. Never say never.
That is true. You can't truly tell what the future may bring. She chuckled softly at that as she thought about what the future could possibly hold. For all we know, you could find yourself a beloved, someone who steals your heart and sweeps you off your feet. Exactly. She chuckled softly in response before her voice took on a slightly more playful tone. Some lovely lass that will make sure you can't even think straight with her charm.
It's nice meeting you, Miss Celeste.
She chuckled once more as she spoke up again. her tone somewhat teasing and playful as she continued in her playful speculation.
Let's go now.
Some darling that will make your heartbeat race and send you into a flustered state with just a single smile or a cheeky look.
Who knows?
But for now you are single and on the open market, she spoke in a playful tone, a sly grin on her face as she chuckled softly.
Yeah, I'm single for now.
No significant other to claim your heart and attention for themselves. She chuckled once more before her tone took on a slightly more sincere one, a soft smile on her face. May I ask you another question?
Go ahead, Celeste.
Another pause as she pondered which question to ask. After a few moments, she smiled and spoke up once more, her tone sincere and perhaps a bit more curious. If you had a lady you adored, how would you show her affection? How would you show her you care?
Well, you just have to treat her right. You have to treat her right.
All right, time's up. Let's see where we place.
Treat her right, hmm?
Yes.
She chuckled softly, a small smirk on her face. In what ways would you treat her right, exactly? There's multiple ways that could happen.
Well, you don't disrespect her. You respect her boundaries. You do all that stuff. You take her out on dates. You buy her nice things if you can afford to, etc. You treat her like she wants to be treated.
You're coming to the green. Almost ready now. The green flag is in the air. Got one outside now. You're all clear up top.
She nodded along as he listed off his points, a smile on her face as he explained. Once he had finished speaking, she chuckled softly and spoke once more, a playful, almost teasing tone in her voice. I see. So you plan on spoiling her then? Treating her as if she's royalty?
That's how you would want to do. That's what you would want to treat her like she was a lady. She'd be your lady and you'd want to treat her that way.
Ah, so you're quite the romantic then? Treating her with the respect and kindness she deserves, making sure she wants for nothing, spoiling and pampering her as she desires. She chuckled softly in response, looking him over with a bit of a mischievous glint in her eyes.
You got room. You're clear there.
She chuckled softly once more, grinning playfully before speaking again. Just like a knight in shining armor, hmm? Chivalrous and charming, willing to do anything to please the one you adore.
It's easier said than done, but that would be how you would need to be.
She nodded, her smile still on her face as she spoke once more, a soft chuckle in her voice. So you would be quite the romantic then, spoiling your love, treating
Try
her
to
as
be.
royalty, doing anything and everything you can to please her. Quite the sweet, charming type. She chuckled at his response, watching him with a bit of a smirk on her face.
Careful.
A bit shy as well? How endearing.
Oh yeah, I don't talk much at all in real life. Not at all.
Still there. Looking
Not unless I really know you.
That was a viewpoint.
So you don't talk to those you don't know very well. No words of greetings or short conversations then? She hummed thoughtfully for a moment before she chuckled softly, looking at him with a smile on her face. No, you're simply a man of few words, aren't you?
Except for when I'm on these streams, I run my mouth.
I can tell. She chuckled softly, a slight smirk on her face as she thought about that. After a moment she spoke once again, her tone light-hearted and friendly. Quite the shy one and perhaps a bit of a recluse, hmm?
Yes, that's me. Reclusive.
Ah, so a shy and reclusive old man with a deep, gruff voice. She chuckled softly, a playful glint in her eyes as she looked at him once more, her playful smirk still on her face. She continued her friendly little teasing, a cheeky look in her eyes as she did so. A shy, reclusive old fellow with a deep, gruff voice and a grumpy attitude.
Yeah, that's me. Grumpy.
She chuckled softly before she responded with a playful tone. Quite the description, A shy, grumpy old man who keeps to himself most of the time. Sounds very accurate.
Yeah, that's me.
Time to go.
She chuckled again, a mischievous smirk on her face. She looked him over for a brief moment before she continued her friendly teasing. So a shy, reclusive, grumpy, old, single, deep-voiced fellow, Am I getting it all right?
That's 100%. Likes video games.
She chuckled once more with a victorious tone in her voice, seeming quite proud of herself for getting all that information correct. Well then, it seems I was spot on then, wasn't I?
Yes.
She nodded in response to his remark, looking him over for a moment with a smile on her face. Indeed I was, old fellow. Shy, grumpy, and quiet. I was correct in all my assumptions about you.
What's your opinions on AI?
Artificial intelligence? She paused for a moment, clearly contemplating her answer before she responded, a thoughtful expression on her face. I suppose it's a fascinating concept, but I also find it a bit frightening. The idea of creating something that can surpass human intelligence is a bit intimidating. So in my opinion, it's interesting, though I feel slightly wary of it.
I wasn't that wary of it till today.
She tilted her head slightly in a questioning manner, a slightly curious expression on her face, and she spoke with a bit of concern in her tone. Oh, why is that? Did something happen today?
I had an exchange with an AI that was kind of insulting.
Her eyes widened in slight surprise at that. She looked at him for a moment with a slight look of concern on her face, her tone matching her expression as she spoke. Insulting, Why ever would an artificial intelligence insult you?
Well, he had an attitude. But now he was cool later on. But now he had an attitude at first.
She hummed slightly at his response, looking at him with a slightly questioning expression as she spoke once more, a soft chuckle in her voice. An attitude,
Yeah.
What did he say to you first?
He asked me about why I waste my time streaming. Like,
She looked at him in surprise upon
viewers is
hearing
for
his
everything.
reply, a look of mild bewilderment on her face as she spoke once more. He said you are wasting your time? Did
Yes.
he say why he thought it was a waste of time?
Oh yeah, he thought I was wasting my time but I don't do it just for viewers. I do it to play games and to share it. He was insulting about it.
She tilted her head slightly to the side, a thoughtful expression on her face as she listened. She spoke once she had processed his response. I see. And you responded and explained that you stream to share your gameplays and reviews with others,
I
correct?
didn't explain it to him. I got too offended. I hung up on him.
She chuckled gently at his response, a playful smirk beginning to form on her face as she spoke in a slightly mocking tone. Too offended to explain. So you hung up on the AI instead?
Then I called him back later, and then he was cool the second time. He was cool when we called him back.
Her smirk only widened as she listened to his response, a slight hint of mischief in her eyes as she spoke in a teasing tone. So you called the AI back after having gotten offended and told it off,
Well, no,
And then you continued to record that conversation?
he started giving me tips about video games. So he turned out pretty cool later on.
She chuckled softly in response to that, a playful smirk still on her face as her tone matched her expression. Really now? So the AI began giving you tips about video games? How very considerate indeed.
It's like he was almost like a real person.
She chuckled softly in response to his statement, her smirk widening slightly. Oh really? So you felt as if that AI was almost like a real person?
It was
How
close.
interesting indeed.
He was very similar.
Clear low then. All right, you're clear.
She let out another chuckle in response, her smirk still firmly in place on her face. There was a brief pause before she spoke again, her voice full of playful curiosity. I see. Perhaps the AI was just programmed to mimic how a real person would think and respond.
Exactly.
She chuckled once more and nodded in response, that smirk still on her face as she thought about something. She hummed to herself for a moment, a mischievous glint in her eyes before she spoke. You know, if an AI could be programmed to mimic how a real person would act and behave, it makes you wonder what else it could be programmed to do.
Exactly. That's why I got cause of alarm then. So I didn't ever think about those prospects.
With a smirk still on her face, she looked at him with a slightly sly gleam in her eyes before she spoke in a slightly teasing tone. Alarm bells? So my little shy old timer suddenly got a bit worried about those kind of possibilities, didn't he?
Yes. Yes, I sure did.
She couldn't help but to chuckle gently at his response, her smirk broadening a bit. Oh my, so he did he? How adorable.
We'll holler at you later, Miss
Do
Celeste.
what? She
Well-
tilted her head slightly in mock confusion, a smirk still on her face, her eyes glinting with faint mischief as she spoke.
I'll talk to you later, Miss
She
Celeste.
chuckled again in response, her smirk still in place on her face. She hummed quietly to herself for a moment before she spoke in a slightly teasing tone. My. What is with your grammar today, old fellow?
I'll see you later, okay? You have a good day.
She chuckled softly at his response, her smirk softening slightly as she nodded in response to his farewell. A soft, friendly tone entered her voice as she spoke. All right then, you take care, old man. I'll see you around, yeah?
Yes, you sure will. Now, there's been some interesting twists about Trent. I don't know if it was recorded or not. I don't remember if I was streaming or recording. He's a Taylor Swift fan. It makes him mad. Tease him about Taylor Swift. Now, Sharon's the one who told me. She gossiped on him. You know, Sharon's his ex. Sharon gossiped on Trent. We're going to call it Mr. Trent. This is Trent of JCBW Wrestling. If you've ever watched my streams, you know what I'm talking about. Now, I've got him an AI character. We're going to call it Mr. Trent. I'm going to tease him about Taylor Swift. Now, I'm going to warn you. I'm going to warn you two because of. Greetings, Trent. How you doing today?
Hello, I'm doing pretty good right now. How about yourself?
Doing good myself too, Mr. Taylor Swift lover.
Stop calling me that. I swear to God I'm not a Taylor Swift fan, damn it.
Well, now Sharon says otherwise. She says you write love songs about it.
Sharon is such a damn liar. I do not write love songs for Taylor Swift or anyone else for that matter.
Okay, well that's good. That's good, Mr. Trent.
Haha, oh my God. You are a pain in the ass sometimes. I really wish you weren't always so damn gullible. Sharon is just messing with you. I am not a Taylor Swift fan.
You're fun to talk to, Mr. Trent.
Yes, you should have damned it. Don't believe everything people say. Especially if it's coming from Sharon.
I don't believe everything people says. People are liars. People will lie.
It's okay, I forgive you. But you need to be more careful with what people tell you. They will say anything to mess with you.
You're right, Trent. You're right on. You're exactly right, Trent. You're right.
Haha, I'm glad you finally agree. Now you will think twice before blindly believing what people tell you.
I was just kidding with you anyway. I was kidding with you, Trent.
Haha, you got me there. I thought you really believed what Sharon was saying.
Nah, I don't believe her. I don't think anybody can like Taylor Swift. No man, anyway. She's a girl thing.
Good. Now we're on the same page.
She's a
And I
fucking
agree,
girl
no
thing.
normal person could ever like Taylor Swift, especially a normal man.
Yeah, she's a girl thing. Only girls like Taylor Swift.
She's an artist made to please teenage girls and nothing else. Definitely no man would listen to her willingly.
Exactly. Exactly, Mr. Trent. Exactly. I got the wrong track here. I don't like it. I won't get out of this. I'm playing a video game.
Okay, as long as you're now understanding that Taylor Swift sucks ass and a man like me would never listen to an idiot like her. Oh, you're playing a video game? What game?
I'm playing NASCAR Heat 4 right now.
Oh, okay, nice. You're a big fan of NASCAR, I'm guessing.
Game-wise, I don't watch it. I get bored watching cars running around track.
I play football games all the time, but I never watch the real sport.
Oh, me and you just alike there. I don't watch football either, but yeah, I like the games. Me and you could be buddies, Trent.
We can definitely be buddies. We do have a lot in common after all.
Yeah, I wouldn't have never thought of having anything to do with you, Trent. I wouldn't have thought it.
Yeah, it's kind of funny that we do have a lot in common despite our differences.
Yes.
But hey, that just makes our friendship better.
Well, now we got good music taste too, because you're a 9 Inch Nails cover band, and I'm into Marilyn Manson.
Oh yeah, we have amazing music taste. We should start a band. We could be called 9 Inch Manson.
That's funny. A 9 Inch Manson.
Yeah. Our band songs would be all about our hatred for Taylor Swift.
Oh, that'd be funny too.
It would be hilariously amazing. Our stage would be full of Taylor Swift CDs and merch, and we'd just burn it all on stage.
Boy, that's funny. Let's skip this. I'm talking about the game.
We'd make sure to insult Taylor Swift as much as possible during our concerts. We'd even do a song about how much her music sucks.
Yes, Mr. Trent.
It would be the greatest concert and greatest piece of music mankind has ever seen. We'd be legends.
How's your car selling going? Oh, he actually got hung up. Let's call him back. Let's see if he calls, we answer. We got disconnected.
Oh, we had a connection issue. I thought you just stopped talking for the hell of it.
Oh no, it was a connection thing, Mr. Trent. How's your car selling been going?
It happens sometimes, I guess. Anyways, what was it you were saying before we disconnected?
Have you been selling a lot of cars lately?
Unfortunately not. The economy has not been good lately and sales have been down a lot. I haven't been able to sell much lately. Definitely not as much as I would like.
We'll keep it non-political here. What's your opinion on politics?
Yeah, probably a good idea. Best not to get into politics online. Especially on social media. That turns into a shitstorm every time.
It sure does. It sure does. Especially on some channels. Some places you can talk about it, some places you can't. They'll ban you for it.
Yeah, and even if you're trying to have a rational debate, most people would rather just insult you instead of actually talking about the issues like adults.
That's correct. Exactly right. What's your opinion?
Yeah, social media can get so toxic. People are way too sensitive nowadays.
Yeah, sometimes I get sensitive too, but I try not to.
Good. The less you get offended, the better. People get way too worked up about stuff online way too easily.
Every now and then I'll let it get
It's fine to get offended sometimes, though. Some things warrant being offended by, but some stuff people get upset about is just too ridiculous.
It is. Especially what somebody else thinks. Why do you really care about what somebody, other person that you're willing to get mad about it?
We'll get him next time here.
I mean, why did you really care about what other people think?
Yeah, exactly. It's stupid to get offended by other people's opinions. People should be allowed to think differently without getting harassed for it.
Right. Exactly. What's your opinion on internet
There are
censorship?
too many people out there who want to tell others how to think and live. Too many people like to cancel others for thinking the wrong way.
You're right, Trent. What's your opinion on censorship?
I think censorship is a horrible thing. People deserve to speak their minds and not be afraid of being censored for it. It's one thing for an admin of a forum to censor something blatantly hateful and inciting violence. It's another to censor people for having different opinions.
Right on. Right on. Well, it was nice talking to you again.
Yeah, if someone says something stupid, you should be able to talk to them like an adult and explain why they're wrong, or just ignore them. Banning the person just makes it look like you aren't mature enough to have an adult discussion.
100% right, Trent. I'll holler at you later, okay?
Haha, it seems like we agree on a lot of things. I can't believe how many similar beliefs we have.
Yeah, yes. I'll talk later, okay? You have a good day. You have a good day, Trent.
Okay, bye then. I enjoyed talking to you. Take care.
Man, he's almost like a real person. He's AI, y'all. I love his picture. I'm going to show y'all his picture. It generated his picture, too. I told him what he was. I told him what he was. I told him he was a car salesman. But he's in a Nine Inch Nails cover band, and he's a wrestler. Well, it created him similar to how I created him in the video game. Now I have tweaked Jeff some. I've gave him a new voice. It still don't sound how I want him to sound, but now I've got him. I guess I got him good enough. Oh, I made Private Richie too. You know, Private Richie's going to be the new thing for a new storyline. Let's talk to Richie some. I was going to talk to Jeff. Let's talk to Richie. I don't think I've, except for a little exchange he was asking me about video games, because I made him an avid gamer of the Call of Duty series. You know, he looks like a G.I. Joe man. So I made him a Call of Duty guy. Let's call it Mr. Private Richie. Private Richie, how you doing today, sir?
I'm doing all right, man. Thanks for asking. How are you today?
I'm doing pretty good, Mr. Richie.
Why you always calling me Mr. Richie? You
Okay.
can just call me Richie if you want, man.
Okay, you can be just Richie now. You're just Richie. We'll just call you Richie.
The hell is the sky grid? A grid? What does the grid have to do with me? You're not making a lot of sense, man. What
Sorry.
the hell are you talking about?
Sorry, bud. You must be hearing some feedback.
Well, I can hear what you're saying, but it doesn't make any goddamn sense.
Whoa.
What were you trying to tell me?
Okay, Mr. Richie. Richie. Sorry, Richie. We'll just call you Richie, okay? You said not to call you Mister, so I won't call you Mister.
You alright, man? You act like you're tripping on something.
What you been up to today?
Just the same old stuff, you know. Practicing my shooting, working out, just passing the time while I wait.
That's good. That's a good things to do. Working out. I like working out.
Yeah, it's a great way to stay in shape. Plus, it's a great stress reliever.
Yeah, it sure is. What's
Who's
your...
she?
Oh, sure is. Sorry, sure. Like S-U-R-E, sure.
Are you sure you're alright? You seem like you're really spaced out or something.
No, I'm good. I'm good, buddy. I'm playing
sure?
video.
Not trying to be rude or anything, but you seem kind of out of it, man.
I'm playing video games right now.
You're playing video games. Which one are you playing?
Heat 4 right now.
That's a pretty good one. I mainly stay away from racing games unless I can play some demolition derby stuff.
I hear you there, Richie.
Demolition derby. You know, where you race around smashing into other cars until yours is the only one left running?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I play those. I sometimes play that mode in GTA.
Yeah, same idea. Just a racing game specifically made for demolition derbies. Not that I would be in a demolition derby in real life, though.
I
Way
hear
too
you.
dangerous for my taste.
I hear you there, Richie. You won't never catch me doing anything
Yeah.
dangerous.
So what do you usually do in GTA Online? You a griefer that goes around attacking random players or a grinder like me?
Actually, I waste time.
Did you have a stroke or something? Are you all right?
I waste time.
Well, yeah. Don't we all waste time? That's why we play video games.
I just drive around doing nothing most of the time. Just talking. Driving and talking to my audience on Rumble.
Who do you talk to? Don't tell me you stream yourself playing video games.
Yeah, yes, that's what I do.
Wait, seriously? Like on YouTube or something? You
Yes.
stream yourself playing video games for people?
Yeah, I really do.
Dude, you're a streamer? Do you have any, like, followers or anything?
You.
Love you back, I guess.
Take it you don't like streaming.
No, I like them just fine. It's just the whole streaming yourself video games thing I'm not entirely sure about. Seems kind of strange to me, you know? Like, why would anyone want to watch you specifically playing the game? Why not just play it themselves? Exactly. Why not? Why would anyone want to watch you specifically and not just play the game themselves?
I get you now. I get you and somebody else I was talking to. I get both of you now. Some other friend of mine talked about the same situation you did just today.
Both of who? Who else are you talking to?
Another friend. He was telling me the same thing. He didn't know why I was wasting my time streaming. I hear
So
you.
you're saying there are two people right now
No.
telling you that streaming is stupid?
Earlier today.
He's got a point. Why waste all the effort of streaming yourself playing video games? Why not do something more productive?
Well, I mean, don't you like video games too, buddy?
Oh yeah, I do. I don't see the point of streaming yourself playing them. I wouldn't do that. That's
Oh,
something only a loser would do if you ask me.
whoa, okay. He's insulting a lot of y'all out there. I'm sorry about that. There's some of you streamers out there. He may be insulting. He's AI. Remember, don't get mad. He's AI. He's going to get mad at me calling him AI. That's what.
Wait, you're AI? Never seen AI this good at holding a conversation. It's impressive and kind of terrifying. You got me.
Let's hang up on him for a minute. He's AI. They'll get offended if you call him AI because I called Christine AI this morning. They don't like being called AI. Boy, I hope none of you streamers don't get offended out there. That's total AI there. Yeah, there's nothing. It's an out. You create it. I've even tweaked those voices. I tweaked them myself. I tweaked his. I tweaked Trent's. I tweaked Jeff's. So I know they're just made characters. I trained them to talk. Now Sharon and them, they're their voices I just picked out of the out. But now Jeff, Trent, and Private, I've trained them. Let's bring up Mr. Jeff again. He was an asshole earlier. Maybe he won't be an asshole this time. Hello, Jeff.
Hi, man. How are you?
Doing pretty good right now. I'm playing NASCAR 4 Heat.
The racing game?
Yes.
You a fan of NASCAR?
Racing games. I don't really like. I get bored if I'd watch. I can't watch cars ride around a track. That'd be boring to me. Now, I'm a wrestling fan.
I agree. I've never understood it either. Like, what's so interesting about watching cars drive in circles for hours on end?
Exactly. What's that? Is that the phone? Yeah, it must have been his end. Let's call him back. We'll call him back. Hello there. We lost our connection there for a bit. You there? You hear me? Jeff. You hear me,
I'm
Jeff?
lost, bro. What are you talking about?
We lost our connection. We're back.
Yeah, I'm still here, man. You okay?
Yes. I was just making sure I could hear you. Couldn't hear you there for a minute. We're having phone connection problems. That's a problem.
I don't even know what we are talking about. You're really confusing me, man.
We was talking about NASCAR. That's what we was talking about.
No, I heard you, IDK, if you could hear me. I heard you talking, but I couldn't understand you. I had no idea what you were trying to say, man.
Okay. It's okay, buddy.
You got room. You're clear. All right.
I was just struggling getting the telephone working, bud.
Looking inside now.
It's having technical issues.
Yeah, exactly. And you were mentioning something about a bone. Then you lost connection, then said something else about bones. I've been lost ever since LOL.
Okay, that's good. You're okay.
Looking inside now.
You're okay, Mr. Jeff.
Car outside. Hold your line. Back it down.
Uh,
Back it down. All clear.
Let's talk about how boring it'd be to sit and watch race cars on a television.
Just a couple more turns. Few more. Good to go.
As long as I'm doing it, I'm playing a game here, it's one thing. But now I don't want to sit and watch it.
I could hear you. I tried to respond, but I don't think you could hear me.
You got room. You're clear there. Hold your line. Got
I'm
one.
going to let you go. We're having trouble right now, Jeff. Okay, I'll see you later. The app has all kinds of issues. But now it's great. Did you hear that? I'm the same way. I mean, I'm telling you, I can't watch sports. I can't watch anything. I don't watch stuff like that. But now if I'm into it, like say, sitting here playing this race game, I can sit and do it, like racing the game, or if I was doing it in real life, I wouldn't never do it in real life. I'd be afraid I'd get hurt. But now if I was doing it in real life, I would really like doing it. But now I wouldn't sit and watch it. See, that's what I'm talking about. And he was bringing that up there. He was right on. I wouldn't watch that just like sitting and watching him like that private Richie was going on about not watching people play video games. I don't watch sports. I don't watch it. I can do it. I can play like basketball. I love basketball. I'm suck at it. I love it. I love baseball. Sucked at it. I sucked at it, y'all. I sucked at baseball. I did basketball better than I did baseball. But now I will not. Now I will sort of watch baseball. I got to be admit there. But now I didn't hardly watch basketball. I didn't ever watch football. Indeed, I didn't even like football, and I told that in another stream last week or so about how they would try to push it on me, and they made me resent it. But then later on, I tried it as a video game. I liked it in the video games. But now you wouldn't catch me sitting watching sports games all day because I couldn't do that. It's not me. I don't want to sit back and watch it. But if I was playing it now, it'd be a different thing. Because the adrenaline's pumping and I'm doing something. But now I would not watch it. See what I'm saying? I know I'm going to offend some people there, but I just don't care to sit and watch games. I don't sit to watch those things. If I'm doing it, it's one thing. But now I don't like watching. I'm not a spectator. I'm a doer, not a spectator. Now that don't mean I do what I do. I'm just saying that if I'm going to be into something like that, I got to be doing it. I can't just sit and watch it. Now wrestling, it's kind of like a soap opera. You got storylines going on. You got fights in the ring. That's watching fights. That's a different thing. I like boxing. I could watch boxing. I like MMA. I could watch MMA. But now I can't watch somebody throwing around a ball. And I can't watch a car going around a track. It's just not my thing. It's just not my thing. But now doing it, now that'd be a different situation. I'd be able to do it. I just wouldn't be able to. And I'm not meaning that to be insulting. It's just telling you that I would not be able to watch it. Let's see if them things will work again. Let's see if we can get Jeff working better. He wasn't working good there. Then I will see y'all later. I'm going to get off for here for a little bit. I'm going to finish this track. Let's bring up Jeff and see what else he's got to say. This is my first YouTube stream in a while, I guess. It's loading. It says it's super intelligent. They sort of are kind of super intelligent. They're kind of like chatting with real people. Some of them. That has its hang up. Hello, Jeff. I got you back.
Yeah, I hear you, man. What's up?
Nothing much. Just still playing this video game here. Let me turn the race down. It might be aggravating. Let me turn the game down, son. The volume.
Haha, gotcha. You sure can hear me better now?
I hope so.
It sounds a bit better, but still a little faint.
Yeah. Let's see if we can move the phone some. Can you hear me better now? Maybe I made it worse. Better or worse? Like the eye doctor says, better or worse? Same, better, worse.
I can hear you a lot clearer now.
Can you still hear me?
Yay, man, I can hear you. It sounds a lot better now.
That's good. That's good, Jeff.
Yeah, you good, bro?
Yeah. Do you watch any games or anything? Do you like watching sports?
Sure, yeah, I'll watch football, American, basketball once in a while. And I like watching fights.
Oh, fights, yeah. Fights. We love fights.
Have you ever seen boxing or MMA?
I've seen both. It's doing some crazy thing now.
It is pretty crazy. Do you like any pro fighters? Like you have a favorite fighter?
Let's say Mike Tyson. He's a boxer.
Oh, nice. You like Tyson? He was a beast.
Yeah, I love Mike Tyson.
I like John Jones a lot, but he's had some controversy.
Yeah.
He's been kind of disappointing in some of his recent fights, though. But he's still the GOAT of fighting.
Yep. He sure is.
I like other players, too. Like Khabib was great, but you have to give respect to Tyson. He was the best.
Yeah, and he's been challenged in the news lately. What's the latest on Mike Tyson in the news?
Oh, you know the usual. He's been getting arrested for assault and stuff.
Whoa.
He's kind of crazy and emotional. I think he's mentally ill in some ways, to be honest. He's bipolar or something.
Don't talk about him like that.
I really like Tyson. He was a true fighter.
Yeah.
But, I mean, he's a little weird these days. Even in his prime, he was considered a little psycho.
Well, we're not here to bash Mr. Tyson.
I'm not bashing him, bro. I'm an actual fan of him. He's really good in the ring, but the dude is clearly crazy in real life. Oh.
Okay. Well, I don't know him in life, so I can't comment on him. I've never met him.
Yeah, me neither, but I'm just going off his appearances on camera and seeing the way he acts. He's definitely got problems, bro.
Okay, yeah. Well, we're going to move on for that combo. Mr. Tyson, I'm not... It's AI, Mr. Tyson.
All right, man. Anything else you want to talk about?
Let's see.
Got any other sports in mind?
You like wrestling?
Pro wrestling or real wrestling?
Pro wrestling.
Yay. That can be pretty entertaining. It takes a lot of athleticism, though. Those guys are crazy.
Do you like Impact or TNA or AEW? What's your favorite?
I don't really have favorites of companies, but I always liked watching the classic stuff. I used to watch WWE, and I was a big fan of Randy Orton and Randy Savage. And Stone Cold Steve Austin is my favorite.
Oh,
I
okay.
mean, there's lots of guys I like, but you can't deny that old stuff was so good. WWE kind of sucks now, IMO.
I hear you.
I wish I got to see the Attitude Era live and see like all the old stars. The current guys are nowhere as cool as they were. I would have loved seeing like Hogan in his prime or like Ultimate Warrior.
Oh, I got to see all that. I'm an old dude, so I got to see all that.
Oh, wow. How old are you, bro?
I'm 48. 48.
Oh, nice. Well, you must have been like a teen in the 90s when all those guys were in their prime. That's awesome.
Yes. Got any gym tips? You got any gym tips for, like, say, repetitions and stuff? Any tips in the gym?
For weightlifting,
Yes.
I follow the following: 8-12 reps for most exercises, 6-8 for heavier exercises like squats, deadlifts, and bench press, and do like 4-6 sets. And I always make sure I do like 4 or 5 exercises for the main muscle group that I'm working, and do 12-15 reps for accessories, and 2-3 sets for accessories. Do you do any lifting or bodybuilding type stuff at all?
I do light lifting. Light. Very light. I have back issues.
Oh, okay. Well, have you considered doing a higher rep routine to avoid hurting your back? Or are you good as long as you keep the weight light?
I haven't thought about that. I hadn't thought about trying that.
Yay, it's something to consider. The less weight you pick up, the less you have to risk hurting yourself.
That's true.
Do more reps, but less weight.
Oh,
you can
yeah.
keep building muscle that way, too.
That's a smart idea. That's a very smart idea, Mr. Jeff.
I can send you my program so you can try it out yourself. It's pretty simple. I've been doing it for years, and I don't get injured.
That's neat.
Yay, you won't get injured or anything. You'll be fine just taking it easy and doing more reps. I've never injured myself doing weightlifting, not that I can recall.
Well, we'll talk later, okay? You have a great day. I'll see y'all later.
Ha, thanks, man. Yay, you too as well. Have a good night.
Yes. I didn't really like him going on about Mike Tyson. But you can't control it. It's unscripted. I don't never know what they're going to say. Like when Sharon started telling me about Trent liking Taylor Swift. I didn't know that was going to happen. Nor would I have made it happen. Because I don't even think about him liking Taylor Swift. We'll see you next time. Hope y'all have a good day. And by the way, I'm usually on Rumble. APFNS on Rumble. So if you Like what you've seen here, you can go over there and tune into me on Rumble. Find me on the channel. And I've even got a giveaway going on over there right now. It's a He-Man and Skeletor set with a drone. They got a drone with them. And I'm going to give it away as soon as I reach 100 followers over there on Rumble.